Hey, Haley, you've been avoiding me up until now, but you're definitely gonna come to the mom's lunch today. It's Saturday, so you can't use work as an excuse for not going. It gets better, though. I decided to have it at your house. Won't that be convenient for you? We'll be there at noon sharp. Right now, it looks like 10 people are coming. You can choose whether you want to make the lunch yourself or order out. It doesn't matter to me. Just make sure you get enough. Oh, and you know what? Actually, I'm in the mood for sushi. There's an amazing sushi place that just opened downtown. Why don't you order from them? Haley, what's going on? Why aren't you at home? Oh, is he? Good afternoon. Don't good afternoon me. You had better not be pretending to be out of your house right now. Okay, so I just took a look at the messages you sent me earlier this morning. I'm sorry to tell you like this, but our family is away on vacation today. What? We won't be back until tomorrow. What's the matter with you? You should have told me that way sooner. There are 10 hungry mothers waiting at your front door right now, expecting to eat expensive sushi at your lunch party. We left the house at 9 a.m. this morning, and we've been on the road until just now. I didn't even look at my phone until a few moments ago. Come on. Izzy, you can't just invite yourself and 10 other people to someone else's house for lunch, much less 3 hours before you plan to come. What's the big deal? It's Saturday. Yeah, that's why we're going on a little trip as a family today. And for the record, I do sometimes have to go into the office on Saturdays too. I've been telling you for a long time, Izzy, you need to give me plenty of advance notice if you want to make any plans involving me. Yeah, but even when I ask you in advance, you always say no. I work on weekends, Izzy. Of course I'm going to say no to a weekday lunch invitation. People who work regular office jobs can't just hop out of an extended lunch whenever they feel like it. You could take time off. It's not that easy. Sorry, Izzy, but we just got our food from the drive-thru, so we're going to get back on the road now. I gotta go. Hey, we're not finished here. I'm sorry, Izzy, but we'll have to talk about this later. Unbelievable. Do you have any idea how much money you cost me? Good evening, Izzy. I'm sorry, what did you mean? How did I cost you money? The lunch last Saturday. I told all the other moms that we were all invited to your house to eat sushi from the expensive new restaurant. But you completely blew me off and went on vacation with your family. So I got stuck taking them all out to have lunch at that restaurant instead. I had to pay for 10 lunches. Izzy, I think you're missing one very important detail. What detail? You are the one who invited everyone to my house without even talking to me about it in advance. I don't recall ever saying yes to that plan. I didn't even see your message until you were already there. And you're the one who wanted to eat sushi and expected me to pay for it. I think most people would take the complete lack of response as a pretty certain sign that the other person had not gotten the message, don't you? Oh my God, you are so selfish, Haley. Selfish? Me? You really don't get it, do you? Listen, babe, I'm what you call the boss around here. I'm the leader of the Moms Club. So all the moms in my circle are my underlings. They do what I say, when I say. What? You're the boss of the Moms Club? Yeah, what of it? I don't recall ever joining any club. And second of all, I don't recall ever agreeing to make you my boss. Was there an election or something that I missed? Shut up! I don't need an election to know I'm the boss. It's just the facts. I'm the leader of all the moms in the neighborhood, like it or not. Is that so? Yes, that's so. Got it? The next lunch is going to be at your house for real this time. Next Saturday. Be ready. Sorry, I can't do that day. Excuse me? You told me to give you an advance notice, right? Well, I just did, so make it work. My company's new employees are undergoing a series of training sessions, and I had plans to go and check in on how they're doing on Saturday. Are you kidding? Did you really think I'd buy that excuse? Those training sessions are for important people to deal with. You know, executives, managers, people who matter. What's some loser part-timer like you going to do there? You're just gonna be standing around in the back of the room watching everyone else do the real work? You'd only be getting in the way. What are you thinking? I'm not a part-timer. Wait, really? Okay, my bad. You're just a temp staffer then. Wrong again. Stop changing the subject. This Saturday, you're gonna host the mom's lunch at your house. And this time, you are gonna buy us all of the sushi we can eat. Do I make myself clear? I just told you, I have work and I can't do it. Oh, and just so you can't get out of your responsibility this time, I'll go ahead and order the sushi for you. You can pay me back later, and yes, you will pay me back every last cent. Okay, well don't forget that I already told you no. Hey there, Haley. We're having an absolutely lovely sushi lunch at your house right now. Although I have to admit, it's kind of weird that you're not attending a party at your own house. Huh? Wait a second. What do you mean you're having a lunch at my house? Are you actually in my house right now? How? I locked the doors when I left. Nope, we were able to get inside with no problem at all. It was so nice of you to leave someone here at the house to serve us. Who is this old lady? Your mom? Or your mother-in-law? Or just some woman you hired for us? Anyway, this was super nice of you to do. But just because you gave us a servant doesn't mean you're gonna get out of paying the $5,500 bill. What the? $5,500? I ordered enough for 20 people. You know, so I could have some leftovers for later. I have the old lady here pay for now, but you can pay her back when you get home. Don't keep her waiting, though. I doubt she has that much in her bank account. What in the world are you talking about? My husband took my son to the mall to play today, and I've been at work since this morning. So none of us are home, and the house should be empty. Yeah, I figured as much. And that's why you left this old lady here, right? Your mom or mother-in-law or whatever. I did no such thing, Izzy. My mother and my husband's mother. Both of them passed away before we got married. What? Wait. Huh? What are you not getting, Izzy? My entire family is out of the house right now. No one is home. So there shouldn't be any old woman, much less my dead mother or mother-in-law, at the house right now. Hold on. So you're saying that that woman who went and hid in the back room when we all came into the house, is that... Oh my god, your mom's a ghost. Oh my god, don't be ridiculous. There is no such thing as ghosts. That woman who's in the house with you, you said you made her pay for the sushi, right? Ghosts don't have money. I mean, they're not even real. Ugh, what are you, a third grader? Oh, yeah, that does make sense. Wait, so this was a prank? You're awful! You know I'm terrified of ghosts. I can't even watch horror movies. I get so panicked I can't sleep. How could you pull such a cruel prank on me? I wouldn't go to so much trouble to pull some elaborate prank like this on you. But that's beside the point right now. If you're really in my house eating sushi like you say, and some woman let you into my house, then that means someone was trespassing in my house. This is very, very bad. I gotta call the police. Yes, I'm 100% sure that we're in your house. Ugh, you're terrible. If you keep going from prank to prank like this, I'm gonna have a heart attack. How many times do I have to tell you I'm not pulling any pranks on you? You've got some nerve treating me like this on the day I'm celebrating my husband getting a new job. What? Your husband's new job? Yeah, isn't it great? He got scouted by some big shot marketing agency. So this week's mom's lunch is also a party for him. Wait, is your husband there with you right now? Well, duh, it's his party. Of course he's here. I see. And does your husband's name happen to be Stan? Yeah, but why does that matter? Okay, well then. What? Tell your husband he's fired. Fired? What is up with you? He's fired. How can you fire him? He doesn't even work for you. Actually, he does work for me. Huh? That big shot marketing agency you mentioned earlier, I'm the CEO. What? I told you that I couldn't host a lunch today because my company's new employees were undergoing a training session, didn't I? Your husband is one of the new hires who should be in that training session right about now. But he's never taken any of the training seriously at all. He's been blowing them off, taking long bathroom breaks, using his phone mid-session. And right now, he's absent without leave. I've been trying to contact him since this morning, but he won't answer his phone. Unbelievable. He was having a party to celebrate his new job. Wait, you're not making any sense. My husband was scouted by this company. Why should he have to attend some dumb training session? If he was scouted, doesn't that mean the company really wanted him to join? Trainings are for beginners. Sorry to break it to you, Izzy, but your husband wasn't scouted. What? I don't know what sort of story he's been telling you, but he got hired on as a part-timer, just like all the people at the training session today. No, he's a part-timer? He worked hard and proved himself. We have a system where part-timer employees can become full-time regular employees, but he's got to go through the process like everyone else. I'm going to talk to my husband. You wait right there. You were telling the truth. He quit his job at his last company because he could never get along with anyone else there. But he was too embarrassed to admit that he got hired into your company as just a part-timer. So he told me that he got scouted because of his impressive resume. Yeah, that's what happened. And like I just said, your husband's attitude at work was so painfully awful that I don't think he was ever going to make it as a part-timer. I was willing to give him more time to prove himself, but a no-call, no-show is just too much to overlook. I'm going to talk to his HR director right now and get his termination process started. Hey, wait, could you... I've got it. How about I make you the boss instead of me? So, come on, please, don't fire my husband. You're gonna make me the boss? Yeah, just think about it. You'll be able to boss around all the other moms now. I would rather comb my hair with a rusty fork than do that. What? Oh, and one more thing. The police have been called. The police? I told my husband that there was an intruder in our house, so he rushed home from the mall to check on it. And when he got there, he saw our next-door neighbor desperately trying to escape from a window in her own house. Your neighbor? She was really panicked. She said that a bunch of women forced their way into her house and demanded that she pay for their sushi. So my husband let her borrow his phone and she called 911. Oh no. In your defense, our house is in a pretty new development area, so a lot of the houses do look very similar. Oh, don't tell me. I went to your neighbor's house by mistake? Yeah, that seems to be the case. Oh no, this is bad. Oh, like really, really bad. What should I do now? Given your position, I guess you have no choice but to tell the truth. You got the address wrong and barged into some poor, unsuspecting elderly woman's house with a bunch of your friends. And you made that poor elderly woman pay $5,500 for sushi that you ordered. I think that covers everything that's gone on today. Did I miss anything? I can't believe this. This cannot be happening. Don't you know how that sounds? That makes it sound like we're a bunch of mobsters! Well, if the shoe fits, you've got to do something, Haley. You're an adult, and you got yourself into this mess, so you're just gonna have to get yourself out of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work. Haley, don't go! It seems that an unmarked, silent police car had arrived at the front of our neighbor's house while we were texting each other. And the Moms Club was all taken away by the police before they even knew what was happening. After the dust had settled, our neighbor got right to work getting some justice for herself. She sued Izzy and her friends for the $5,500 she was forced to pay for the sushi, as well as punitive damages for the pain and suffering she experienced that day. Frankly, I thought she should have pushed for way more in damages. A little while later, Izzy and her husband divorced. Neither of them were determined to be capable parents, so their child was taken in by a relative. As for the rest of Izzy's mommy gang, they all met similar fates, getting divorced by their husbands or disowned by their families. I'll bet all of them are going to be regretting following Izzy's lead for the rest of their lives. So it seems like now the neighborhood will finally get some relief from their malicious hijinks. Thank God.
Cassidy, are you out with that man of yours again? I want to talk about this divorce already. You keep running off to go and spend time with him, leading to this whole divorce getting nowhere. If you really want for things to happen like you keep whining about, then come home and talk with me.
Come on, you're talking about all that again? I was kind to you by leaving the divorce papers at the house for you to finish filling out. Just sign your name on those papers and hand them in to the courthouse. Then this whole situation will be over with and you won't have to think about me anymore. You're the one who keeps trying to bring things up with me, delaying the divorce you keep whining about wanting all the time. You're being a jerk right now, Arnold. I even said you could have full custody of Kai, so why do you still sound unhappy with things?
I want to talk about the settlement.
What?
If you want to know why I'm not happy with getting the divorce just yet, then I'll give you my answer right now. I want for you and that man you've been cheating on me with to pay $50,000 as a settlement to me and in one payment.
50,000? Are you nuts?
I came up with that amount after talking with my lawyer about how long you've been cheating on me for and how many times you've lashed out at me trying to hide said affair. I will not be reducing that settlement. You owe that amount to me for all the times you've lied to me saying that you loved me and your daughter, so let's go.
What the heck? You want me to pay you that much? You're outright trying to rob me.
Everyone knows that when someone in a married couple cheats on the other, they have to pay up for it.
Well, I don't know about that crap, and I don't care.
Then that makes you an idiot who needs to be taught a lesson.
Shut up.
Once I know that you and your man are gonna pay up, I will be handing in those divorce papers. Also, if you try to take the papers and hand them in yourself without my consent, then I'm gonna have my lawyer call the courthouse and have them trash those papers, so don't bother trying. And I haven't even signed anything yet, so you would have to forge my signature, and that would land you in an even worse spot than you're already in.
Are you kidding me? I want to get married soon, Arnold. My boyfriend and I have already made plans for our wedding and everything, yet you've made those plans fall apart, and now we have to reschedule things. Stop being an ass.
If you want to get married, then you'd better get to work on sending me that $50,000. Otherwise, you're just going to have to wait until I feel like signing those papers.
I don't have that kind of money.
Well, until you do have the money, there won't be any divorce.
What the hell? Do you like holding me hostage like this?
Absolutely not, but I need to make sure that a little rat like you doesn't slip through my fingers without paying me that settlement first. That's the whole reason I made sure the lawyer and the court knew you had to pay me in one lump sum so that you couldn't run away from me with my money. To be honest, you both are some tiresome idiots. Hurry up and pay me that money so we can get this divorce over with.
What? What makes you think you need to say things like that?
If you don't want me talking to you like this, then come home and talk with me.
Come on, Arnold.
You're such a pain in the butt.
Arnold, are you all right?
Oh, hey, Amy.
I saw what you sent me yesterday night. I get that things aren't going your way, but you can't start getting all upset about it right now. You're only going to push Cassidy further and further away, and things will go nowhere for the both of you, so take it easy, please.
I might have gone a little overboard there. I just got all worked up is all about what she was saying to me. However, her parents knew where she'd run off to, and so they were able to stop her for me.
I see. Hey, Kai is looking at my phone right now and asking how you're doing.
Kai, I'm doing just fine.
Can I call and talk with her later? She really wants to hear your voice and is always asking me what you're doing and where you're at.
Sure thing. Sorry for leaving her in your care for so long now. I promise to make this all up to you later on.
No worries. She's my cute little niece after all, so I'd watch her until the end of time if I had to.
Thank you. You're really helping me out a bunch here.
Tomorrow you'll be taking her to the amusement park for a bit so that she can get some of her energy out and have fun, right?
Yeah, that's right. Even with how things have been going between Cassidy and I still need to act like a parent and give my little girl the attention she deserves.
That's right. And I think you getting out for a bit and having some fun there will be good for you as well. Cassidy, come to Miles City Hospital right now. Oh, hey, Amy. It's been such a long time since I last spoke to you. What's going on over at that hospital? Have you still not gotten a call or anything from them? Both Arnold and Kai got into a bad car accident. What? They had just left the house, and just a few minutes later they got rear-ended really badly. They were both taken to Miles City Hospital by ambulance, and I'd like for you to head there now as well to go see them. Right now I'm with my parents as well as my husband heading there to see them. You should already be aware that I'm getting a divorce from Arnold, right? What? Yeah, I'm well aware of that already. But you both are still legally married, and this accident involved your daughter, who is now in the ICU. And I told you and Arnold that I don't want custody of Kai anymore. Is there any reason I need to be going out to see them now? Seriously, I don't care to go and see the both of them while they're just laying in some hospital beds, so please don't ask me about this again. What? I get that you and Arnold are on your way to getting a divorce, but you can't actually be abandoning your own daughter like that, right? We should already be divorced by now, Amy. Yet for some reason, Arnold either still has some kind of feelings for me, or he wants my money, and that's why he won't let us get divorced yet. I don't care that they both had to be admitted into the hospital. Just as long as Arnold is still able to sign those divorce papers soon. And if he injured his hands, then someone step in for him and sign it so we can get this divorce taken care of. Right now is not the time to be talking about your guys' divorce. Would you stop playing around with me already? Just make Arnold hurry up and sign those papers. And of course, without that whole settlement BS. Cassidy! Oh, by the way, starting tomorrow, I'm going to be away for 3 weeks with my boyfriend on vacation before our marriage. You're going on vacation now with him? Aren't your parents supposed to be watching you right now? I found the perfect time to run away from those two. Cassidy, you are really asking for it. Had Arnold just stopped being such a baby about the divorce, this would be my honeymoon with the man who should be my husband now. So unfortunately, we'll just have to call this vacation our pre-marriage vacation. All because of Arnold. I see. I understand now why he was getting so pissed off with you. What? I totally understand now that you have no intent of going out to see Arnold and your daughter at the hospital. Well, whatever happens from here on out, I'll make sure to keep between us and not get you involved. Oh, that would be wonderful. Thank God you're a lot better at understanding people's feelings than your brother. I'm going to start packing my things now. Bye-bye. Amy, I just got back from my pre-marriage vacation and all. Yet there is still no word about the divorce from Arnold, so now I'm not going to play so nicely with you guys anymore, okay? I took a little trip back to the house to have a look and see if the papers had all been signed, but they were still on Arnold's desk without his signature still. That must mean he got into that car accident before signing the papers, huh? And from the looks of things at the house, it seems that neither Arnold nor Kai have been back home and are still in the hospital, right? I guess I have no choice but to come to the hospital and see them so that I can force Arnold to sign these dang papers. Can you tell me what hospital those two are at again? Oh, so you're back home now? Did you know that both of them had to be transferred to another hospital? I stopped by the hospital you told me about before to ask if I could go see them, and they told me they were no longer there. And they wouldn't even tell me where Arnold and Kai went when I asked. I tried texting him, but he didn't respond back to me yet. Arnold broke both of his hands in the accident, so there's no way for him to do anything on his phone. Oh, is that right? So where are those two at now? I'm not telling you. What? Are you kidding me, Amy? I have to have Arnold sign these dang papers for me. Hey, Cassidy, there happened to be one other man you'd been having an affair with, right? What? Are you still talking with that man now? You're on about him, huh? I am planning on marrying the man I'm with now, so I left that other guy a while ago. And how did you explain to him the reasons for why you wanted to break things off? Well, I hadn't met with him for around 5 months at the time. So of course I didn't say anything to him about how I'd be getting married to another man or anything. All I said was that my husband and I were rekindling our love for one another, so I had to say goodbye to him. I see. What ended up happening with that guy anyway? Well, that man's funeral took place 2 weeks ago. Huh? What do you mean, funeral? That man had been ill for a while, so I wanted to ask you if you knew anything about that. I didn't know. Well, a little bit after you and him broke things off, his illness grew worse, and he had to be admitted to the hospital for care. There was no cure to what he had, so he finished his life in a hospital bed, surrounded by his wife and kids. What? So with that, I wanted to tell you that his wife found out about him cheating on her with you and started an investigation into who you were and where you're from. What? Because of that, it seems that in the next couple of days here, you will be getting told about the settlement she'll be wanting from you. No way! And it sounds like she wants the same thing Arnold wants, for you to pay it off in one lump payment. Wait, no! Get all the money you have ready. I don't have all of that money, though! Well, then how about you borrow the money you'll need? I'm sure that's the only choice left for you now, since there's nowhere left for you to run. What the hell is this? Arnold? Hey, please, just give up on getting that settlement from me, okay? I'll make sure to give you something else in place of that. I'll come out and see you at the hospital and bring you flowers. And I'll even get back together with you. So, what hospital are you staying at right now? I asked your sister that, but she just bullied me and said she wouldn't tell. Also, my parents have started to tell me to get out of their house and that they won't accept me as their daughter anymore. I've kind of come around to realizing I was a little bit in the wrong here, and so I'm wanting to make up for that, all right? And the only person I can rely on now is you. That's why I'm thinking about being nice to you again by letting you stay with my husband. And hey, I've made sure to leave that last guy I was with. So you don't have to worry about me being with any other men at the moment, all right? This will take care of all our problems, right? I'm sure that Kai is pretty lonely now after not seeing her mommy for some time, right? So, where were you guys admitted at? Hey, Arnold, hurry up and tell me where you're staying, please. It sounded like Cassidy went and broke up with the man she had been wanting to marry for a while, in the hopes of erasing all those talks about divorce and staying Arnold's wife. But she didn't seem to have listened to what I had told her about my brother's hands being a mess, and so all of those texts and calls she gave him went unheard and unread. A week went by before I stumbled across all of her texts to him when I came back to see him and check on his phone. However, even after reading everything she had been saying to him about the divorce and her need for him, Arnold had no plans of letting her back into his life and continued with the settlement. He then told me to block her, and that if she really did need to say anything to him about the settlement, she had his lawyer's info and could contact him to pass the word on to Arnold. The same thing happened with the other woman, whose husband had cheated on her with Cassidy, so Cassidy ended up having to pay off 2 settlements. Realizing that there was really nothing left for her to do in this situation, Cassidy went and sold almost all of her things to pawn shops, which still didn't give her enough money, so the remainder had to be paid for with some borrowed money. And with all of that, she was able to pay off both settlements in one lump payment. Currently, with the tens of thousands of dollars worth of debt she's in, Cassidy's having to work day and night, 7 days a week to make all that money back, all while silently crying. Even after the divorce, Arnold has been stuck in the hospital recovering from his injuries, but things are going well there. Kai ended up being released a couple of days ago, and has been doing all right after the head trauma she had received. She will start kindergarten soon, so we'll have to see how her condition is there. At least she's smiling again and hasn't even mentioned a single thing about her mom yet. Recently, she has been sitting inside a lot, drawing pictures of giraffes and elephants, talking about how she can't wait to go to the zoo once her daddy is out of the hospital. Seems there's no need to pray for this father-daughter duo, as they are both bound to one another like magnets. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.